Hi all, this is Fawaz. Welcome back to SharePoint World. In today's video, we are going to explore views in model-driven app. In a model-driven app, a view is a way to present a list of record in a structured format. Think of it as a data grid that allow user to see record from a table in either in system-defined or user-defined format. There are mainly three type of views in model-driven app that we are going to check today. So we have three type of views: personal view, system view, and public view. Personal view means created by individual user for their own use. System view, default view provided when you create a table. System views are view that are automatically created by the system when you create a new table in Dataverse. These are predefined. So we are going to check today deeply in system views. Next is public view. This is basically available for all users. Before we jump into view, let us first see our environment. Here you can see I have one solution, ABC solution. Here I have two tables. Just for demo purpose I created. One is ABC department and one is ABC employee. If you check ABC employee, here you can see I have added some column here starting with the EMP, because then we can able to see the different views based on this column. EMP age, contact, EMP department, EMP location, EMP name. These are the sum of the column in EMP employee. Now, if I check here, we have department. Here, nothing. I just added only the department here. If you check here, this is only the default name here. I just added some values here, like IT, HR, finance. These values here. If you check ABC employee, here also I have added some values. Here you can see Bas, John, and some metadata values as well. The other thing what I added here, if you check the apps, here I added one model driven app. Nothing. If I play this one, I just added this two Dataverse table in the model driven app, ABC department and ABC employee for this demo. So let us see. If I check the solution, let me go to my solution first so you will get some idea. If we open any table, okay, I'm just selecting ABC employee. Here when I check the views, here you can see all the views. Like we discussed, here you can see some public views as well and some default view. So that is basically which we discussed, the system views. So we are going to check the system view based on the priority. First we will check quick find view. So what is a quick find view? So first let me show you what I did in the quick find view. So if I edit this one, here you can see there are three items: name, EMP location, created on. So EMP location I just added here just for the demo purpose. Now let us see where this view will display. So if you check on the solution, let me go to my model driven app, ABC employee. So here you can see this is the default view. Here I'm able to see only name and created on. But this is the one. Here you can see a search box. So when I search here something like John, here you can see the new view appear with our new column EMP location. So that is basically the find view. Now let me go to the another one. Now we will check on the lookup view. So basically if you check the lookup view, what I did, like this is the default one, name and created on. I just added employee age here. Now if we check where this lookup view will populate, let me go to my solution and again if I go to my employee table, okay, if I click on new, here we have employee department, right? This department is a lookup for employee table. Let me click on here. If I go to advanced, no, here one more thing, we have to add the lookup view for the which one. Let me check the another table. Okay, so if I check here table, here department. Okay, so here if I go to view, so basically this is the lookup which will appear for the employee. So here we have lookup view. Here I just edited with a new column. Here you can see honor, so that is appearing here. So this is the lookup view for the ABC department lookup. That honor column is appearing here. So basically this is the lookup view. Now let me check the next one. Go to the table, here ABC employee. Now here if I go to the view, the next one we are going to check the associated view. So here you can see ABC employee associated view. Associated view means this appear when you are viewing related record. For example, when viewing all employees under a department, there we can see the associated view. First, let me show you what I added in the associated view. Let me edit this one. So I have added employee name and employee age to this associated view. Now we will see where it will appear. Let me go to my model driven app, close this one. If I check the department, okay, so let me open HR. Now here you can see related. Let me check the ABC employee. Here you can see the associated view. Now we are going to check the next one. So what is the next one? Basically, we discussed about quick find view, we discussed public lookup view, we discussed associate view, we discussed. Okay, advanced find view. So this is the least important. Basically, it will appear when you check in the here you can see advanced find view. Now we have another thing is private view. Is the private view means our personal view. So if you check anything here, let me open this one. If I click here, or if I go to employees, here you can see I created one view from here. So that is basically for me, my personal view. So I hope you all are clear with this view. Like we discussed about public view, personal view, and system view.